Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're just gonna quickly go over the new patch 11.15 that's supposed to arrive on April 22nd. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's go over what the new patch has in store for us. So the 11.15 content ushers in a host of new activities rolling out, beginning with the launch of the update, with more to come in the weeks that follow. It all begins with Nightfall Scenario, UI updates, Cooldown Manager, Winds of Mysterious Fortune, with an in-game experience boost and reputation boost for characters level 10 through 79. That feature I definitely will be using. I am a little bit behind on my Tavon mount for the World Awoken meta achievement. Here's kind of like a quick summarization. I love the way they're doing this now. I think there's some correlation to Final Fantasy XIV and how different that they would number the different patches throughout the patch progress rather than these dates. I kind of like the staggered release. I feel like sometimes, I don't know, at least for me and my schedule, to space it out like this, I definitely prefer it. So you'll see on the first day that the patch comes out, April 22nd, you'll have this new outdoor world content, Nightfall. So you'll collect epic rewards and defend Hollowfall from the Sureki. I'm really looking forward for that and the transmog. So I may be coming up with another video soon. See if I can see what kind of different transmogs or we can collect. So I'm looking forward for that. Cooldown manager. Okay, the second thing is a cooldown manager for class ability cooldown tracking. That is going to be really nice too to have. I'd love to see it in action. See what it's about. So can't wait to see that. That is definitely a good UI feature that they're adding in. And then April 22nd to May 20th, so the same day, Winds of the Mysterious Fortune. Get your alt battle ready in no time with a new leveling event. And then we have May 20th, Horrific Visions Revisited. I did not personally do Shadowlands Horrific Visions, so that would be really cool to go through that. Hopefully includes like maybe collecting some transmogs from Shadowlands if you didn't do that. And then Dastardly Duos team up for a takedown of iconic bosses of the past from June 3rd to July 15th. So I'm wondering if that means that this is our kind of content patch and that we'll get the next one sometime in August. So, something to look out to. So going more into a deeper dive, the winds of the Mysterious Fortune are in your favor. So from the dates specified, the buff, so this will be get up to speed with new or alternate characters 10 through 79. So that's really cool that if you want to like level up a character, say a rogue, a shaman, mage, or any other class that you've been wanting to play, that's going to be really, really quick doing that. It will also provide a 200% major faction renown in Dragonflight zones. That is massive. So, yeah, I'll definitely be exalting every Dragonflight rep I don't have. And then 100 with a major faction renowned in the War Within zones. And then 100% select major faction renowned in the War Within zones. So the War Within zones that would be included for the rep is Weaver, Vizier, General, Assembly of the Deeps, Hovel Arathi, and Council of Dornagal. Now, personally, since Undermine factions are excluded from benefiting from this buff, I really won't benefit from it other than getting the caches. And I don't know, that may be a reason to do it just from the pure like gold and resources that you get from the overflowing kind of satchels once you get like 7,500 rep per faction. So, maybe that would be a good way, some extra time to like get extra resources, maybe some resonance crystals, and some cash that you can convert into resonance crystals because it's sometimes hard to come by some of that. There also during this period, Players below level 80 will have a chance to gain mysterious satchels while looting creatures or as a bonus reward from quests. These satchels contain a variety of fun and useful items that can grant temporary stat boosts or visual alterations. That's kind of cool to get you like excited about like leveling up in these areas. So they can sometimes also include bonus gear appropriate to your level and specialization, and a 2-hour 10% experience potion that stacks with a 20% buff to a maximum of 30. So yeah, this is gonna be awesome for getting your characters leveled up. Um, and then so they're saying the potions are war bound, can be consumed during the event or saved until after the event is over to be used on characters. So that is nice that you get to have them after the event is over. You can still use these potions. But just keep in mind they won't work in Mythic Plus raids or rated PvP content. So yeah, you won't get those stat boosts in any of the 80 plus kind of content. So that makes sense since they're more geared to level 1079. And then the second part is defending the Arathi in the Nightfall scenario. They'll take up arms beside the new faction, Flames Radiant, to defend the Arathi against the Sareki forces following the defeat of Queen Ansarek. This faction consists of volunteer militia-led veterans Thade, Pyremaker, and Malton Wildbrand. I completely butchered that. As you rise through the ranks, you will earn up to 10 levels of renown and unlock new rewards. I am really glad it's not 20 levels. I was like a little worried about that. 10 I feel like is a lot more approachable. And so alongside the Flames Radiant, players will be split between task forces within the Nightfall public scenario to clear the battlefield and push back the Sareki. You'll also be able to strike back against Sareki forces throughout Hollowfall and Azkahet to continue to earn renown and rewards with additional quests and activities between the scenarios. Players can expect a variety of rewards for taking part in the scenario and quests, including new armor sets, a halberd that will update visually as you progress through the ranks of the Flame Radiant, weapons, new color variation, and Delver's Dirigible. Oh, that's pretty cool. And as your rank increases, you can also expect to earn buffs, which will help you become stronger while in Hollowfall and Azkahet. So this is really cool, so I'm looking forward. There's a lot I want to get done before this starts, but I don't think this will be a huge time sink to get these transmogs and just kind of getting your renown up. This should be pretty quick. And then new cooldown manager. They'll have a new cooldown manager with UI by opening the game menu, selecting options, and opening advanced. Enable cooldown manager toggle on to view important cooldowns and buffs, and separate customizable HUD for the selected specialization. They'll show up automatically in the center of the screen, include a visual countdown of when your ability is available to use again. So to customize the cooldown manager, select edit mode to access the HUD edit mode, then select advanced options and select cooldown manager from their options, adjust the utility cooldown options bar, essentials cooldown bar, tracked buffs, tracked bars by clicking on them and adjusting their visual elements to your preference. I think this is a larger initiative too to get a lot of the add-ons that may be using up a lot of resources that Blizzard can then institute into the game. So I think this is a great change. I'd love to see more of this. It's just hard managing all these updates, all these like add-ons. And then, you know, as soon as the new patch comes out, then they're kind of bugged. They also like use up CPU resources. So I kind of like some of these changes they're doing. So, and then, you know, week of May 20th, Horrific Visions revisited. Corrupted versions of Storm and Orgrimmar. So if you did this already, you can go ahead and, you know, read this over, or if you haven't done it before, I will say I'm like looking forward to doing this, as I mentioned. So, okay, and then week of May 23 we have the Horrific Visions revisited. You're gonna return to the Stormwind and Orgrimmar corrupted versions of Nathoth, and you're gonna complete objectives and challenges within. You'll be able to go it alone or create a party of allies to join you. And now this is what I like. it's like incorporating part of the people, like myself who really love delves. Um, if you want to experience it alone and you just don't have like friends or just don't care to like join a group finder or search for a group, you'll be able to invite a construct of Sorodormi companion to join them. This will be a tank, DPS, or healer and will not be affected by sanity. I'm really curious. I think it'll probably be similar to how Bran operates. So I still think healer is the best one if you're playing DPS like myself. Um, so, I'll have to check out. I've been wanting to like play a different like. I want to do a healer with my evoker and see how Bran does as a tank. I heard it was really, really good and easy, but then I don't know if they like nerfed or changed something. So I definitely want to, take that on with different doing tanking or healing. Sadly, Evoker still doesn't have like. I would love if Evoker had like a tank. Like maybe augmentation should be like some kind of form of tanking. But for players looking for a bigger challenge, you'll be able to activate higher difficulties to play for additional gear, and this is cool, up to heroic difficulty items. So I think that would be like some hero gear there. So Horrific Vision masks are also returning, including Mask of Pain, Imagination, Long Night, Burn Bridge, and Daredevil. These additional new masks, Vengeance, Multitudes, and Nemesis, will also be available to discover and conquer. So I need to go into and see more about the mask there, but I just kind of want to go in, someone who hasn't done it before, and just, I'm just really excited to learn more about this. But there'll be a new currency to collect that becomes available to spend at the vendor for new and previous rewards. Displays corrupted mementos, and that's cool. The previous rewards part. So that will be good for like new players who want to be able to earn them. So returning rewards in Horrific Vision such as mounts, toys, transmogs, weapon enhancements, and more. Whether you're playing a new max level, alternate character, or experiencing it for the first time, it will be available shortly after the launch of 11.15. So May 20th, definitely will try to, before then, get all of my, transmog collecting done so I can like solely focus on this. And then week of June 3rd, Disasterly Duos, players will experience a new 6-week event, a variety of new cosmetic toys, and even some dungeon items based on the bosses you encounter. Vinny Sweets, showrunner and announcer, is promoting Disasterly Duos, where players can step up to an animatronic version of past bosses, gain power-ups, and strive for higher and higher scores for bragging rights. You and the party will fight 2 or more bosses at a time to rack up your high scores. There will be 3 hubs that you can visit, one in Stormwind, Orgrimmar, and Donegal. While Vinny Sweets is running the show, you'll need to speak with Ziggy Maru to queue for the fight in Disasterly Dome. A visit with Wooden, the troll servant vendor, will also get you access over the weeks to some additional power-ups and items that can help you in the fight. In week 1, there'll be 4 bosses to fight, and each week thereafter, additional boss will be added up to a total of 10 bosses. Earning specific achievements will also provide additional game effects from them within Disasterly Duo. Earn points for kills, damage done, and more. Rack up a high score with your party for bragging rights and see how far you can go. I feel like that's kind of similar to like in Diablo, like with the pit, like trying to, or it wasn't the pit, it was the I forget what it was called, but you would try to get as much points as possible by killing enemies. So they're just kind of like similar. So I wonder how these points will like how it will be accumulating. So that should be another fun activity to do to keep us held over until the next patch. So, a lot's going on, lots to collect. So I'm definitely ready I'm looking forward to get Cobalt assembly done. Oh yeah, and Sibelian and Rathian. Um, I do notice actually Sidormi is not in here. So just going back over this, it doesn't look like that's included, unfortunately. So I guess that's still gonna be a grind for me. But at least Cobalt Assembly, Rathian, and Sibelian, that will be really easy to do those now. So that should be able to take, a big chunk out of it. So, if you what are you looking forward to in the new patch? Put in the comments below, and I want to thank you again for joining and talking about the new patch arriving. And yeah, with that, I'll see you in the next one.